Watch your step. I've got some little pieces of metal that have flown around on the floor. Come on in. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm making my Christmas presents. And it's the 1st of October. But I really need to get a start on it. At least while I'm at home and not out on the road as a truck driver. And this is what I've got done so far. These are called purse charms. And what they do is they hang off of the strap on your purse, or they hang by the hook here, like from the zipper pull of your day book or planner or whatever kind of thing you've got a zipper on. I have a bunch of letter beads. Come on over here onto my table and I'm going to show you how I do this. And I have to let you know, this is my first time into jewelry making, and it's well, let me tell you, it's an experience. And when I get done, I don't think it's one I'm going to repeat. So anyway, let me get you set up on top of my table so you can see what I do. I am home for the next foreseeable month or two, maybe even longer. In June, on Father's Day, my daughter, Carissa, my biological daughter, gave birth to twins. And so I went and spent a month with her out in Arizona. Joe and I call it hell because it's so hot in the summertime. And June and July are really hot. And I was out there with them. Oh, those babies are precious. Look at the picture. Aren't they just beautiful? Anyway, I'm a proud grandma. Anyway, I didn't drink water when I was out there in Arizona, and I sweated, and I was outside sometimes, and anyway, I didn't drink enough water. And then after I was done being grandma, then we were traveling between Dallas, Texas and Wilmington, Ohio, moving trucks. In my truck driving job, and it was hot and it was humid both in Texas and Ohio, and I still didn't drink enough water, and I ended up with a urinary tract infection. And I'm not one to go to a doctor, so I self-medicated with cranberry juice, cranberry vitamins, a little bit too late, but water and aspirin and whatever I could get. Well, by the end of July, it got so bad that I think the first 3 days of August, I was in the hospital in Effingham, Illinois with sepsis. I had a massive infection. The urinary tract infection had gone up into my kidneys, and then it went all over my body. And Joe has some really strange tales of when I got sick. Evidently, I was hallucinating and calling him Karen. And some man had gold front teeth in my hallucinations, and he wanted to trade my front teeth for his front teeth. And yeah, that's crazy stuff. Anyway, hey, I was there, but I really wasn't there, so I can't tell you if that's the truth or not. So anyway, I'm home recovering from sepsis. And thankfully, it wasn't life-threatening. Had I messed around for a little while longer, delayed it for another week, then I wouldn't be here. This one I'm going to make for my daughter Carissa, the mother of the new twins. So I've picked out her letters. Oh, wait a minute. C-A-R-I-S. I need another A. You can see it better there. Okay, now I've watched several videos on YouTube on how to use these head pins. I am not an authority, and so I'm just going to tell you what my experience has been with using these things. So, and my daughter Carissa, I showed her the beads that I had made. Let me back this up. All of these beads that I made, or charms, these charm things, and she said that she liked the yellow ones. So I'm going to make hers yellow, and I'm going to use this necklace thing, and then I have these. Alright, now I'm going to use yellow, these yellow beads, and I'm going to use 2 of them, so, and 1 on each side of the letter. This one will go against the head pin, and then the other one right there. I've slid the letter on, the first letter, and then I put this bead there like that. Alright, now, well, that's good. Okay, now I use these things, round nose pliers or whatever. I don't know what these things are called, but I put it right there at the top of the bead, and then I bend it over like that. Okay, and then with my cutters, my cutter things, alright, I have figured that where my finger ends, get back down there, where my finger is, right there, is about a ½ an inch. So I place the blade against my finger like that, and then I snip that off, and that is why I have pieces of metal all over my floor and my table and whatever. Okay, now this isn't going to work because I'm trying to show you this. Alright, now back to these. Now I put this not all the way down at the bottom, because if you see, they separate down there. But I put it just a little bit just a tiny bit more than midway. Now I'm going to crank this to me. I'm going to roll this, and you got to hold with the pliers really good. See, and you'll start getting that. Okay, and then I'll put the plier things back on it and keep rolling it to me, and then just keep taking little, releasing, and then taking little pulls toward me until I need my glasses on. Until I see that thing has closed. Now, most of the time, it goes like this. Well, you see that? See how that wire has fallen over the bead? Okay. Most time that's what happens to me. See, I'm not good at this. I'm just learning. All right. Now what I do is I take these pliers and I get my fingers in the way here. I get right close. Oh. And then I can't see because of the lighting. I've got my lights blocked. Ow! So how about if I come down here, zoom down, and if I can stay in camera, this thing wants to twist, but I have to very carefully get it in there. Stop it. All right, I'm gonna put this back in there and give this a try again. Sometimes that works. Okay, that did work. See, I got the crazy thing to close. So that's how I put this on. All right. Now I'm going to put the, I'm not going to let you, I've brutalized you enough. You don't have to see how I put these on because it's just going to be exactly the same. So now what I have are these, what are they called? Lobster clasps. And these are 29 millimeters. And this comes in a pack of 4. And I got these from Michaels. Okay, so, and then this is a chain, necklace chain or bracelet chain or something. There. And it's got big enough holes for me, fumble fingers. This is called Beadalon or something like that. And I got this a long time ago, 4 or 5 years ago from, I think, Michaels. But I do think you can still buy this. All right. Now, I measure out 4 inches. So here on my mat, I'm going to go from the 14-inch mark. Come on, straighten out. To the 10. And then that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 inches. And I'm going to cut this with these nippers. And this stuff is pretty tough. So I went to the chain just after the 4-inch mark. And trying to cut this. Okay, there. Okay, so here's my 4 inches of chain. All right, where are you guys? Now I have an assortment of jump rings, and I'm going to use this big one. Let's see. This assortment that I have comes in large, medium, and small. Now I can barely get my fingers on that small one, so I'm not going to be using that. But I use the big one for the lobster clasp, and then I use this size to put the beads on. So with these pliers, then you've probably seen a lot of videos on how to do this. I know I've watched a lot of videos on how to do this, but I get close to the, see where it's joined? Let me see how best to show you. There. See where it's joined there? Right there. Alright, I get close to there, and then I pull towards me with the pliers and push away from me with my thumb on either side of that. So it opens like that. And then I put this on the end of the chain. And then this I put on there, and then I do the opposite. I push with the pliers and I pull back with my fingers, and your knuckle will get sore. Anyway, I push it until it comes back together, and sometimes it's a little wonky, so I pinch in there. But as long as it's closed, then this won't fall off. Okay, so that's that part. Now, in my infinite wisdom, several years ago, I bought some of these really pretty things, and I thought, oh, those would be really nice jump rings. Well, it turns out the crazy things are these split ring things. They're like itty bitty teeny tiny key ring deals, and they are real hard to get open. So I'm going to use another one of these big ones, and this will go on the opposite end. Okay, now let me try to do this again for you so you'll see. Pull toward me with the pliers and push away with my thumb. And then this time I'm going to go on the opposite end of the chain thing and put that in. And then I'm going to put this split ring thing on there. Okay. And then I'm going to close this. Now the reason why I have this here is so this will have a place to hook into for the purse charm. See, it'll hook in like that. So those dumb things are coming in handy for something. Okay. Alright, so the first thing I do, the next thing I need to do is one of these little ones. No, you know what? Because this is a necklace, a pendant, necklace pendant thing. And since I'm going to use that, I think I need to have another one of those big things. I don't know if this has a hole. I'm almost afraid to take... Okay, it does have a hole. So I'm just going to take that off. Alright, there's a hole in there. So I'm going to do a jump ring. Now I'm going to put it in this jump ring of the lobster clasp. Oops. Just in there. Alright, now I'm going to try to get this on. Yay! It went on! Okay. Alright. So there's that pretty. Okay, now I'm going to put Carissa's name on here. And, of course, I put that on backwards. Oh well. Okay. So now I'm going to use these smaller, the medium size jump rings. And then I'm going to I'm going to go in each chain. Each one of these chain links is where I'm going to put one of the letters of Carissa's name. So that thing I made fits right on the jump ring there. Whoops. And one of the things I found in doing this, the other people that have put up videos on making these purse charms, they say to put your charms one on this side of the chain and the next one on this side of the chain, and just keep alternating them on the links. But I found that with the letters, as long as you stay on the same side, they will look okay. If you stagger them, front and back, front and back, front and back, then the letters get kind of wonky. All right. So now I'm gonna finish putting Carissa's name on here, and I will be right back. Got them all on. I've spelled out her name, and they hang cutely on here. All right, now the next thing that I do is put this closed. Well, actually, I lay it down on the table and then put this over near there and hold it down, and then I pull to find the center. And about right there, is the center of this thing. And I have a key. Don't remember where I got these from, but I got a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to put the key in the center with one of these large jump rings. And I'm using the large one because this is kind of a big deal. It's not skinny. Okay. There's that. All right, so I'm partway done. It's starting to come together. Now I'm going to start putting the charms on. And one of the things I found is that I have long ones, and I have short ones, and I have medium ones. Now what I found is if I use these short ones first, start on here with the short ones, and then get about, oh, I don't know, about 5 down, then I can start going with the larger ones, the larger beads. And this is where I'm going to alternate. First this side, the next link on this side, this side, this side, this side. And so I'm going to find a few of these small ones. Okay. So now, and since I made all these charms ahead of time, and let me tell you, this was about 3 or 4 days work making all of these different colors, beads and stuff. Okay, so now, and this is just over and over and over again. Open a jump ring, put it on a link, Now I'm not putting it on this one because this jump ring is in there. I'm going to the next link. Put that on, and then I'm going to put the little bead on, and then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to put some orange ones in here as well. To kind of match the big floral thing. Okay, I'm going to carefully lay that down. Now the next one is going to go, this is on the outside. The next one's going to go on the inside. Now this time I'm going to go in the next link. But I'm going to go on this side here. And I'll put this little guy on. Okay, so that's what it looks like. One on each side. And I'm going to continue on doing that, and then I'll come back when I start using the larger beads. I've gone down about 5 links. Now I'm going to start bringing in some of the bigger beads, longer beads, charms, whatever they're called. And these I'll be doing the same way, alternating side to side. So this one goes on the outside, or the other side. Let's see. And I want to put on one of these really pretty glass beads. Okay. And then this I'm just going to continue on it, and then I'll come back when I have it all filled up. Get to the center point, and these things kind of get a mind of their own. They just kind of mess around, and anyway, it gets kind of crazy. So now I'm at the center, which is right here. And I only have a few more spots to fill before I'm finished, so I'm going to continue on, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. One on, let me get these out of the way. So all you see is the completed object. Let me get these out of my fingers. So here is the purse charm. All right, there. Oops. So there is the finished purse charm with all the different beads and stuff. One more down. Probably about 5 or 6 more to go. I got about 12 or 15 people in my family, girls and young women. Whatever. Anyway, I got several of these to do. So this, once you get a handle, creating the beads, the charms themselves, the learning curve is probably probably 15 minutes to a half an hour. And then once you get it figured out, then it's just bing, bing, bing. You can, I got it down to making 2 charms, 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and a 59th of a second to make 2 charms. So it takes, you know, you just have to figure out how to do it and how to work these crazy tools. How to work these things, because they are just, they're not something that I am familiar with, and anyway, it took me a while to learn how to use them, so I used them and made a bunch of charms. And then now this purse charm, probably about a half an hour to put together. And then you have all kinds and then you'll have yourself a bunch of beads to sell or whatever, make earrings with, necklaces, pendants, whatever. You'll have all kinds of things. But all right. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on making a purse charm. Maybe it'll give you something to think about on what to do for your Christmas presents or birthday present or just for yourself. And if you want to learn how to do beading, there are a lot of videos here on YouTube that are really good about teaching you how to make charms and whatever. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you stopping by. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down. And subscribe. I hope this has helped you, give you some ideas on something that you can do for Christmas, personalized Christmas presents. And until next time, go show someone how much you care. Bye.